meet Chris Brogan. I can make a.
Hey, everybody! I forgot about the delay. So I'm hearing the countdown in the background. Hey, everybody! Oh, I got to turn the volume down. Turn the volume down. Hold on. Okay, let's start over. Hi, guys! Crafting Journey here. How's everybody this morning? Oh, everybody's in the house. I'm going to say hi to everybody real quick, and then I will bring in our guest. So, Mary, nice to have you, Mary. Welcome. Glitter Angels, you weren't first. Robert, you either. Mary beat you. How are you guys this morning? Robert says he's working on his tiger. Oh, you're almost done. That's awesome. Hi, Diamond Queen. How are you? Oh, who else is here? I know I saw Tia, Danielle saying hi to the beautiful peeps. Tia, oh, I'm so glad to have you. I hope your spirits are high again. Narita, good morning, sweetie. Narita had me up late on the phone, but we had a nice conversation. I got a tour of her craft room. She's worse than I am. Oh, my goodness. Camilla, welcome. Narita says, yes, good to see you. Tia's crazy. Craft addiction. So sorry for your loss. Hugs, prayers of strength and support for you and your family. So we're all wishing you really, really well wishes, Tia. And say hi to your mom for me. Hi, Odd. Welcome, Robin, Gail, Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Oh, don't forget, book club, 2 p.m. today. We're going to decide on a new book today. Hi, Karen. Hi, Jill. All right, I'm going to bring in Wambui. She's going to say hi and introduce herself. Hello, good morning.
Hello, everybody. Hi, in the chat. I know Narita. Hi, Narita. How you doing? Good. So, yeah, I'm Wambui. I'm here in New York City, and I love crafting. And so I don't know what you want me to tell them. I do have a channel called Wambui Made It where we do crafting, and I don't know what to say. I love crafting. Narita turned me on to diamond painting.
So you're diamond painting.
That was the first I'd ever heard of it was when Narita, she graciously sent me some kits to work on. And so that was the first time. And it was like a new discovery. I thought I had seen everything craft, but every day there's something new to buy at the craft store.
Well, Narita sent me some looms. And I didn't have a clue what to do with them. So I found your channel and I've been going at it ever since.
Yeah.
I always tell my subscribers that I am not an expert by any means. And anything I do, it's just, this is my journey in learning these crafts. So when they ask me certain questions about loom knitting that I'm puzzled about, I steer them your way. Watch Wambui. She'll tell you how to do that.
I don't know if I'm considered an expert. I know, though, that when I try to answer every question, and I know that I have sat down and actually loom knitted something real fast to see what the result would be and say, oh, yeah, so you don't want to do this. So I try to figure out what it is that they need. And it has helped me to become, good morning, Narita. It's good to be here. Hi, Cheryl. So, yeah. So I've just been on this crafting journey, like you. We're on this journey, and it's just so much fun to make things, making stuff. And sometimes I will make something, and then I don't know if this happens to you, where you're making something. Oh, look at you!
Yeah. I got something
and you just can't stop making it. You got to make, like, I know when I got on my purse kick, when I was sewing and making purses, I couldn't stop making them. I had to keep making. I have tons and tons of zipper pouches now because I couldn't stop. And then when I first started loom knitting, I mean, I had a truckload of hats. And finally, there was a pop-up store one Christmas in my daughter's neighborhood. And we practically gave the hats away. You know, they were like $1. Whoever needs a hat nobody's turned down. Get a hat. And
this is my current craze: hooded scarves.
Ooh,
So I've
that's
just been
great.
making these like in every pattern I can think of.
Oh my God, that is beautiful.
Yeah. So
Oh, what is
so
that? Is that
that's the
crochet?
thing that I'm on now. So I'm going to be ending up with the same thing as you, with a bunch of hooded
What is
scarves.
that, a crochet? Is that a
That's
crochet?
crochet. Yeah, I'm just loving crochet. But I think one day I was watching you live, and you did you ever figure out what a temperature blanket is?
I think I do. I see, I thought it was a certain stitch.
Oh,
And they tell me it's not a stitch. It has to do with the colors. Is that right? That it
yeah.
has to
So
do with
I am
colors.
making a loom temperature blanket, and I did 20 degrees. Each different color is 20 degrees, and I'm doing the low temps. So this is the
Oh,
blanket so far of January and February. I'm a little bit behind in February.
oh, that is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, so January
Oh,
was
that's
pretty much
absolutely
this
beautiful.
same
What's
temperature,
oh,
except for like one day. And
oh,
then,
I see. The
then to
temperature.
separate the months, I do this.
Oh,
And then in January, you'll see it gets really cold.
oh, I see. How fun is that?
So you
Oh,
change
that's
the yarn
beautiful.
each day depending on the temperatures. Now, I have not had to change the cold temperature for about 13 days because it's been so gosh darn cold.
So,
But I wanted
that
to
is
just give you
beautiful.
a clue about what that was.
You know what? The other thing on the live, people were asking me, they said, well, we want to do a 10 stitch blanket. And they said, we
Yeah,
don't understand it. I said, I don't either. But
me neither.
you know what?
Yeah,
I got it. And let me show you. I
so
got it.
you figured it out. That's awesome.
This is my next tutorial. And I even asked, oh, what's her name? Her name is, I believe, Frankie Brown. I got in touch with her because they said that's the woman whose concept it was. And so I asked her if it would be okay if I do a tutorial on the 10 knit stitch. She got back right away. She was so gracious. She said, please do. The only thing that most of her patterns are free, but she asked that you make a donation to the children's, I believe it's the Children's Liver Foundation. But so I've been working on the 10 stitch
Look
here.
at you.
And so this is going to be my next, I don't know, next tutorial here. And so
Oh,
what's
I
amazing
can't
is
wait.
that you really just use 10. I've never, for the whole blanket, I've only used these 10 pegs. I'm camera wise.
Yeah. So
So, and
yeah, I saw the tutorial on 10 stitch and I was so confused. And I
yeah.
just said, no.
And so
I'll
I
wait
said,
till you figure it
there's
out.
gotta be a way.
You can
So what
teach.
I said to her is, I said, I'm sure this is my version. I can't find the camera. I'm sure it's my version, but
Colors are gorgeous.
this is the, I'm not changing colors. This is the yarn that has the changing colors, and it just does it at the right time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm so excited about that. So I said to her, I know this is probably not your version, but it's my version, and so I would like to do a tutorial. And so I said, I'm asking you because I know it was your concept. And so, yeah, so yay, there you go.
I'm just reading the chat. Cheryl says, I just finished creating a new bind off for the loom, especially great for a blanket or an
Ooh.
S loom or an infinity loom, no moving loops from peg to peg. Oh, Cheryl, you'll have to teach us.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
So what I've been doing lately is also gifted to me by Narita was this. Have you seen the Flexi Loom?
I love them.
Oh my
I love
God.
them. Where are my flexi looms? I love them.
Aren't they wonderful? So
Oh
yeah,
my
I'm
God. Like I have the big and the little. Wait, I'll be right back. I'll be right
getting them.
back. My flexi looms too. I feel like it's show and tell. Show and
Isn't
tell.
it?
Show and tell.
Oh, aren't they great?
Yeah, I have the little ones. I have the little skinny ones too.
Yeah. No,
you-
I need to get those.
These are, oh my God. You know, and what's amazing is when people, they comment to me, I can't find a loom that's this many pegs. I can't find it. And I say, get the Flexi Loom. You can make any loom you want, size you want. you always have the right size,
Right. So I'm doing this hooded cowl, and it called for 33 pegs out of the 42 peg or the 41 pegs. So I have 34 pegs because obviously,
wow,
because it called for 33. And
you
then
are busy. Oh my God.
at some point, you have to drop down the pegs. So at the point where I dropped down to 13 pegs, I just took the other pegs off.
See?
And then I just had the 13 pegs to work with.
Yeah, you can do that with the Flexi Loom.
So it's very cool.
I don't know. You seem to be more expert than me. I might be calling you.
No. Oh, no.
I'm like, hello.
It's all trial and error. But you do quilting too.
Are
you do quilting as well?
Or me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I love quilting. I just can't get back to it. So this is a quilt. I mean, I've made so many quilts. This one right here is one that I did, and I actually put a picture of my mother in the center.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
And and that's the back like that, yeah. So I think we're kindred spirits. We just can't stop. Do you feel that way?
Well, how did you get started loom knitting?
Well, I loved my first love was sewing. Then I got into quilting. Then I got into paper crafts. I was just all over the place. I mean, if you could see my house, y'all might come and cart me away.
No, I'm sure we're all guilty of that.
But I used to work here in New York. We have the Broadway community, and I used to work in the theaters as a person who helped people who had hearing disabilities. So when you'd come to the show, I would be the person that would help you get the equipment, show you how to use it, and so you could hear the show. And so, but during the show, I would just sit there. I would just be sitting there. And then at intermission, I'd get up, then I'd get down. And there were hardly ever any problems. So in some shows, it started with a show called Hamilton. That show was about 3 hours long, almost 3 hours. And so every night I'm sitting there. I mean, it was a great show, but after the first 15 times you've seen it, it's like, okay.
Oh my God, you saw Hamilton multiple times.
Yeah, I saw it so many times that I actually got
I could barely sit through it once.
And it was a very long show.
Oh yeah.
So I would just be sitting there. And so I said, I got to find some craft that I can do while I'm sitting here. And I saw this package in Michael's of these looms. And I thought, what do you do with that? And it said you can make a hat. And so I picked it up. I said, I'm going to see if I can make a hat. I got that in the yarn, and I went to the theater that night, and I was trying to figure it out. It took a long time to figure out what they were talking about. I finally got it. And then from then on, I would just sit there every night. I would be loom knitting. In fact, I had so many hats that were part of the hats I told you about. My daughter called them the Hamilton collection.
Oh,
it was
my
like
God.
Every night a hat, every night a hat. So that's how I got. It was the craft that I could carry with me the easiest, and not have to have bright light. You definitely couldn't do diamond painting in these theaters.
Oh no.
But I needed something where if the lights were dull, I could still kind of figure out what I'm doing. And so that's when I started loom knitting. And who knew? Hi, Renee Lee. So photo blankets, all loom knitted. Oh,
I think Cheryl is really the expert.
I think she's a genius. I think she must have a genius, the craft genius. That's amazing, Cheryl.
Sarah has both flexi looms. Oh, cool.
And she's making the temperature blanket on the small. Oh, that's going to be pretty.
Yeah, because I started my temperature blanket on the flexi loom, but I only have the large gauge, and I had a 4-weight yarn, and I just said that's not going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had already bought the 4-weight yarn, so I went back to the S loom and just
Oh,
I use my flexi looms for other things.
yeah. When I'm getting ready to do a tutorial, see, I don't really have a chance to do things for myself because before I do the tutorial, I got to make sure I can make it at least once or twice to
Yeah.
make sure I know what I'm talking about. So I have these big gaps between my tutorials where there are no videos. They come like, here's come one. It's been 2 weeks now, 3 weeks now, but I have to keep making it and make sure that I know what I'm doing before I start talking about it. And it takes me a while.
The videos that you did that I enjoyed was when you taught us how to, wrap yarn, and you used the different ways to wrap. Take the yarn and put it into a ball or wrap it around.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I liked that one.
Yeah, that was I had fun. I had fun with that. And also just teaching about the yarns. I think those are some of the things that get skipped because there's so many people making projects that they forget that we don't know what about the, a lot of people, for instance, someone said, well, what does it mean if a yarn is 5, And so then I realized that people know the weights.
Another video. Yep.
My sparkly top. Thank you.
Tia wants it. Probably her mother wants it, I'm thinking.
I love things that sparkle. Sometimes I'm accused of being overdressed or too much. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much, Sarah. I appreciate that. I thank you all for being there. I thank you all for the support you give all of us.
Tia wants a sparkling green and purple glitter. You're funny. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad that you were loom knitting during Hamilton.
Yes, they're up there on the stage singing their heart out, acting, and I'm like, where's my loom? You know what? And in the beginning, I'm not kidding you. People were paying $5,000 for those tickets. They were paying $5,000.
Wow.
And I'm sitting there in the dark looming.
For free.
But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. And so since the shutdown, we have not had Broadway with us since of course, like everything, since March.
No more Broadway?
No, we were shut down in March last year. And wow, some great shows. My favorite show. I mean, Hamilton was good. I like it. It's up there. But I fell in love with a show called Ain't Too Proud to Beg, The Temptations, the story of the Temptations.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh, I could not wait to get it. Now, I didn't loom knit there. I just loomed at the Temptations. Oh, no. Well,
Rochelle, we're going to have to teach you how to loom knit. I have not tried to do tutorials yet. I'm just not that confident in my skills yet, but maybe someday.
Well, it can be pretty tough because I know for me, when I'm doing a tutorial, like I said, I have to make the thing in advance to make sure I know what I'm doing. And then it's also about getting the camera right, because it can be frustrating if people can't see everything that you're doing. And then sometimes, I'm going to tell you the truth, I'm going to tell you a secret. Sometimes I'm in the middle of videoing a tutorial and I make a mistake that I can't fix. I got to go start at that whole project all over again now, because the people don't want to see the mistakes. They want to see how it goes. Now, I have done some tutorials like with my velvet hat where I was using this velvet yarn, and when I went to close off the hat, the yarn just shredded. It wouldn't pull through. And I left that in there to show them, because I figured what I figured when that was happening was that when it's time to close off the hat, I'm going to get some acrylic yarn and the same color and tie it on. And that way I can close off the hat, because the velvet yarn wouldn't pull on itself. It was just a wreck. But that is in the velvet hat video, where it just was awful. But so it can be, doing tutorials can be a little time consuming. It's time consuming, and you have to make sure. And sometimes I'm just busy working, and then when I look at the video, my hands didn't have my hands where the camera could pick up what I was doing. So now I got to do that over again and make sure the camera can see that, you know. So
she's Cheryl says, thank you for teaching her how to loom it. Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Cheryl. It was her birthday the other day.
Birthday.
She finds the books hard to understand. What books? You've got a video on how, like a beginner video?
What it is I took my early YouTube videos, nine of them, and the beginner videos, and so I made it into a DVD. Yeah. But yeah, the books are hard to understand. I find that true too, that I'm a sight person. I need to see it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting better at reading patterns, but it's still much better if I can go back and watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. So who's it birthday, Cheryl?
Cheryl, it was Cheryl's birthday yesterday or the day before, I think. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Cheryl. So yeah. Yes. So I'm not keeping up with Wambui. We just opened up a few shows here in Las Vegas on Friday night. 6 shows. Are there plans for any shows returning to Broadway soon? We don't know. It keeps getting pushed back, so I don't know when they're coming back, because I had heard at the end of the year, I heard February. Now that's really close. So in fact, it is February. So that's not happening. So now I don't know. It keeps getting pushed back. But I hope it comes back soon. I mean, that's what the heart of New York is the live theater. Yeah.
Well, and Vegas too. I mean, people go for, not just the gambling, but the shows. And
yeah. So
it's just been so weird for the last year.
Yeah. And so
how do you occupy your time now that you're in quarantine? Have you just been crafting away, or?
That's basically what I've been doing. I've been using the time to just craft more. And also that my family is close enough that I can see my grandchildren. So me too. So I get to spend time with them. And I because I talk so much, people don't realize that I'm really like kind of a loner. I love spending time alone. and I don't mind, I don't mind spending time alone, as long as I can, eat something every now and then.
Oh, I'm the same way. I've got my 2 dogs, the grandkids, well, they're teenagers, so I don't see them much.
How many grandkids do you have?
I have 3. One is a senior in high school, one's a junior in high school, and the other one's in 8th grade. And Malia, the 8th grader, I see her quite a bit, but the boys, I never see them. They've got cars, they're gone. They're
They're here and there. Yeah. So Cheryl is whose birthday? 58?
58. Cheryl, you're catching up with me. Okay, this is a question for you.
When making the 10-stitch blanket and you finish the second corner, you're about to go down the side. How do you put on the first set of loops without creating a hole? Wow. Okay.
I'm lost.
Wow. I don't even know if I can show that here.
Y'all are gonna have to wait for the tutorial.
I don't want to sound like, I'm trying to get you over there to the tutorial, but I don't know if I can even show that here. All I know is you want to pick up the little loop that you're going to use that's close enough to not have a hole there. Let's say, okay, so, all right, so this one, did I already start this one? Yeah, I've already started this side. I don't know if you can see. Okay, I've
Yeah, we
already
can see-
started.
we
I'm
can
going
see it,
down this side right here. Okay. Everything's backwards on the camera. I'm getting confused. Okay, so all I know to do is when you're going to go back, you want to pick up the loop that is close enough to put on there so that there's not enough room for there to be a hole. That's the only thing I can. I don't know if you.
No, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, just make sure you get it close enough when you start that there's not enough room. There's not enough room for there to be a hole. So you want to go. This camera's driving me nuts. You want to go close enough to where that first little ring is, and you want to make sure that when you put that on there, it's going to be close enough that any hole that might want to come, you're going to close that up. I hope that you understand what I'm saying. You get where that ring is, where that little blue ring is, you're going to put it on top of that, where that loop is. But you just want to make sure that there's no gap in there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I get it. I don't know if she does. I do like that you've used stitch markers, though. That's pretty cool.
I found that using the stitch markers, it helps me to not have to think about where the holes are when it's time. I just find a marker and go, okay, this is the hole. This is it. This is it. This is it. And so I just go ahead and put the stitch markers in the beginning.
Yeah.
And when I get to where and that way I'm not guessing about the hole or anything. I just say, okay, where the stitch marker is, that's going to be the.
Well, I can't wait for that tutorial. I'm going to give it a try.
Okay. You know what? I don't want to, now that I got it after so many years. No, I don't want to say it's simple, but what it is the stitches you got. What's hard is the choreography, remembering what comes next.
Oh yeah.
You're
going to get a lot of views on that video because I'm going to be rewinding.
Because I'm only using 2 stitches, so we know the stitches, we know the purl, we know the E-wrap, but it's remembering the order you come in order to make the block, because you got to decrease on one block, increase on the next block to make.
Dear. I'm already confused.
So here's this. Well, where you see the slit is the halfway. So one of these was increased and one of these was decreased. Okay, I can't keep it on the camera. So the block is right here. And this corner is a block. That's all I can say. It's a block. And so this side, you see that little seam down in the middle? So one side was decreased to make the corner, and then you had to increase the other.
That is pretty cool.
I know.
So Tia has a question for you.
The stitches is remembering the order that they come in order to do it. So that's what it is. So Mambui, yeah, I like that name. Outside of crafting, what are some of your other hobbies? What are your favorites? Foods, color books, TV shows? I haven't had a TV. Wow, I haven't had a TV since early 2000s, maybe around 2000. And let's see. Besides the sewing and stuff, I used to like writing. In fact, I wrote some books, and I like comedy. And there was a period recently where I was going to be a stand-up comedian. And so I actually went here in New York City to a comedy club class just to figure out how you do the whole presentation of your comedy. And then I started doing comedy, and I was good. But I thought it was like, for most of my younger years, I was in the theater. I was an actress. But so I thought being a comedian was going to be like that. I thought if you were good, then the club would say, yeah, we're going to pay you to come do some shows. But the way it works is when you're first getting started, they have what they call bringers. Like if a club, I might call a club and say, hey, can I come open for somebody? And they'll say, how many can you bring? Meaning people.
Oh, wow.
And I went through my people really fast. So I felt like I was using my friends, because they'd have to pay a cover. They'd have to pay for dinner and drinks, a 2-drink minimum. So my friends were spending like, $35, $40 to come in. I wasn't getting paid anything. All it guaranteed was that I got 5 minutes to be funny.
Oh. See, now, who asked that question?
That's how I ended up on Las Vegas. Yes. Stand up it can be very nerve-wracking. But that's my love, is telling funny stories. I like telling funny stories. And they say the best comedians come from heart. Whoa. Yeah, you got that right. That's what I was writing my book about. I have a book called You Don't Know Crazy. And part of most of my young adult life, I'm 70 now. I just turned 70. I was told I was going to spend the rest of my life in mental hospitals. I was diagnosed with, you name any kind of mental issue you could have. I had that. And the person that you see sitting right here, this was not me like 20 years ago. I was a sad, broken in every way, mentally, spiritually, physically. I didn't know they didn't know what was going to happen to me, and neither did I. And so that's why I believe in miracles. I was told I was going to spend the rest of my life, if not in a hospital, in and out of hospitals. I was on every kind of medication you can think of. Some were for the illness, the others were for the side effects from the medication itself.
Yeah.
And so it was just a real sad time. I had my 2 daughters, very hard taking care of them. Oh my God, stories I could tell, but I don't want to bring everybody down right now.
No.
But yes, you're absolutely right. Comedy comes as a result of hard knocks and you deciding that you're going to laugh and you're going to make people laugh. And
but I think a lot of us, especially my subscribers, they've found crafting through, depression and anxiety, and this has been a way out of that.
Most definitely. That is part of my whole journey too, is that I think that crafting is like one of the best ways to meditate, because you're leaving the world, you're going into a creative space that's a really beautiful space. So you just spend time there focused on what you're making, and it gives you a chance to like leave the 3D world for a minute. And
I don't think my family understands. I think they think I sit around and do nothing all day. You know, and I'm very comfortable with my life. I clean, I crochet. I'm fine entertaining myself.
Yes, it's their issue, not yours. Yes.
Yeah.
It's their issue. But yes, it's very comforting. And you're making stuff. You're creating stuff. You're taking sometimes nothing and turning it into something that's amazing. And that's crafting this community is so therapeutic. Yes, it is. It is. Yeah.
Crafting is very zen. I would agree with that. So have you ever done any coloring?
I have. I'm not so much into the coloring though. I've done it, but for me, I don't feel like I'm making something,
Right. That's exactly it. Yeah.
It's I believe in it. I believe in coloring, and I believe that it can, help you. Like somebody said, it's very zen, and it helps you to escape. And it's something that's when you're using your hands, when you're doing that motion of, even if you're writing or just coloring, I think that whole thing, which is why I'm going to say this, I have an issue with the fact that they don't teach cursive writing anymore.
I know.
Because just that act alone connects, brings out something in you, you know. Rebecca is amazing at trying crafts to see if
Thank
she'll like
you, Tia.
it. What's the craft you toss your hands up at? Okay, what craft did I do that with? Ooh, I don't know. There was, maybe jewelry making.
Oh,
Maybe jewelry making. I never got a handle on the jewelry making like I
well,
want.
I do the craft with me Wednesday, and when I first started, I would try all different crafts. So
Mhm.
one night I decided I'm going to do rock painting.
Ooh.
Oh, listen, I had my fingers glued together. It was horrendous, horrendous. And people, they joke about it. Hey, do some more rock painting. No, never,
I'll
ever.
tell you the time when I was got most paranoid about crafting, and that was a while back. I had a shop on Etsy. That's when I was making the pouches, the zipper pouches, and I got a letter from the New York City Transit Authority lawyers for me to cease and desist from my Etsy shop. And it was all because I had a few pouches, and they were made out of, you may have seen this fabric that's the New York subway a map. Well, anyway, we have a New York subway map, and someone was selling that fabric. So I bought that fabric. Now, I knew enough you don't sell the fabric, but I thought if you made it into something then you could sell it. So their lawyer said, you can't sell this. You don't own the copyright to this fabric. This is ours. So
Oh my God, really?
I argued with the New York City Transit Authority lawyers. So I said, okay. But what happened is maybe it's better now, but in those days I couldn't find who to get in touch with at Etsy to let them know it's okay. I don't sell that anymore. And so next thing I knew, my shop was shut down. But I say all that to say, though, it was a learning experience, because what it taught me was that I needed to have my own fabric. And so I found a place, Spoon Fabric, down in North Carolina, where if you can do any kind of dribble,
Yeah.
you can send it to them and they'll make a fabric out of it for you. And then not only that, but then I started sublimating. So I bought the license to these lips, and then I sublimated them on this satin fabric. And so nobody can say, oh, that's my fabric, because it's my fabric. I made it.
I had no idea that fabric was copyrighted.
Well, it depends a lot. I had no idea either, but I'm just giving you a heads up that
Wow.
that people can claim their copyright on your fabric. That's why right now I only buy plain fabric, and then I decorate it or embroider it, or like I do my own. But that was a low point for me, the fact that I can't even make something without somebody trying to claim it as their own. And especially if it becomes very popular. If you make a product that's very popular and you make it out of a fabric that somebody can claim, they're going to claim it because that's what most people do.
Wow.
Oh, she's making a lot of money. We got to stop this.
So is there a place where you sell stuff now? Like, where can people go to get your video and stuff?
At this time right now, I don't have any shop at all. I figured I had to regroup, and I seemed like I had too many irons in the fire. I was just all over the place. So I've pulled everything in. I do sell the beginner Loom Knit DVD at the top of my site, where it has the links for different things. It'll link you to where that DVD is. Okay. That's the only thing that I sell right now. And so I'm just trying to, I'm still trying to decide what I want to be when I grow up.
Well, you're like a motivational speaker too, right?
Yes, that was, and that was happening before, of course, everything got shut down. But I was a motivational speaker. I have a musical show called Balancing Act the Musical, which is an autobiographical musical that I do, a one-woman show about my journey with my mental health issues in my life at that time. And then the main thing that I was booked for was I have a one-woman show called I Am Domestic Violence. And I would do that show and then a workshop. That was the most thing that I was booked for, was the domestic violence show.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And that's a very serious problem that is just like senseless, isn't it? Senseless.
It is.
Somebody is
well, that's why I said I don't mind living alone.
Hello. Yeah. So, yeah, I got to go. I actually was invited to Australia to do that show. And they have they have serious issues with domestic violence in some parts of Australia. Yeah. So I was
to go to Australia. How cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I had a bumpy start, I'll call it, and my life was, I didn't even think I'd live to I didn't think I'd live to see 40, to tell you the truth. So I am just so blessed, and I'm just I'm so happy to be here.
Well, I gotta say, you look amazing for 70. I mean, you really do.
Thank you. So I guess that there's more work I have to do, because it seems like I'm still hanging in here, and I'm just so grateful. I don't take anything for granted anymore, and it also has made me more compassionate for people. Just to understand that we never know what someone else is dealing with. What they, we don't know their backstory. So sometimes when people are doing things, is like, we don't understand, but we don't know, and like they say, until you've walked in their shoes. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Yes, ma'am.
No, Cheryl will be your agent. She'll volunteer.
And so that's my life. But blessings. Thank you, narrator. So that's what I'm feeling. I'm just glad. I'm glad to be alive. I
was promoting you and telling people how put together you look, and don't I look gorgeous, right?
Well, I was teasing somebody yesterday, and I said, "You do you, boo, you do you." So all we can do is do us.
That's what I got to get up every morning and do this show. So you get what you get. Sometimes there's no bra. You just whatever.
And I overdo it, and I see, like, sometimes I overdo it. I have no problem wearing sparkly chandelier earrings that come down to here, sparkles, to the store. I have no problem.
No.
In fact,
I live in Wichita, Kansas. Nobody dresses like that to go to the store.
I just like overdo it, and you know what? Because I have on right now as we speak, I have on velvet pants. I don't own any other pants for the winter except velvet, and I get them from HSN and QVC. On
in bulk.
HSN and QVC, Easy Pay, and that's where I do my shopping, mostly QVC. I have certain designers over there that I like, and the clothes comparable to what a pair of jeans or anything would cost, or by the time, sometimes, let me tell y'all this. Sometimes, and I'm not a speaker for QVC, but sometimes QVC fashions, when they have the clearance and when they have the Easy Pay, I almost feel like I'm stealing their clothes. It's like it's so cheap.
I love Easy Pay. Love it.
But yeah, so that's what I do. But I don't have
a lot of my
online. I'm online all the time with them, and just want everybody. I have a very what is it? I guess you would call my family the rainbow colors. We have all races, nationalities in my family. and we all, get along, love each other.
Oh yeah, that's the way it should be.
Yeah, so we just have so we just, have a rainbow family. Let's see, we have Italian, Mexican, Thailand. Um, we we just got them all. We got them all. The Greek, we got them all here.
And then the grandchildren are like mixtures of everything.
My grandchildren are Italian and me. And so when they were younger, people thought my children were Hispanic, and they still look a little Hispanic today, but so they're mixed. Their father was Italian. And then, and so then my daughter, my grandchildren's mother is married to Irish guy, and it's just, and then we have other nieces that are married to Mexicans, and then we have, in-laws that are from Thailand, and all over the place.
That's a product of being in New York, though, with all those cultures mixed in.
Yes. So we don't discriminate against anybody for any reason at all. And I love that. I love that.
So have you rubbed off on any of the kids, the grandkids, anybody crafting but you?
Well, my 7-year-old granddaughter is a artist. She draws. She did blow my mind the other day when she was going to a birthday party, and her mother said, make a card. And I thought she was just going to fold some paper. But when she came out of the room, she had a pop-up card.
Oh, no. Wow.
But she's just a very, she tried the loom knitting. She wasn't into that too much, but she can draw really well for a 7-year-old. To me, she's incredible. So she loves the art, and I believe she's going to swing toward the crafting. She's
good.
Yeah.
Put the yarn her way. Look at this yarn.
And then we have some people who sew. My mother was a sewer. She loved. She could sew anything. She made her suits. She made all of her clothes. When we were younger, she made all of our clothes, and we weren't sure how we felt about that then.
Oh yeah,
we wanted to come from the store.
I was a product of Sears.
Right.
You get the Sears catalog out every year right before school started, and you had to order from Sears. Do you remember that?
Oh my God, I cut out those Sears people. I had paper doll. That was my favorite thing. And when I got the new one, I get to have the old one, and I would cut those people out and their little clothes. And, and remember, you could get even washing machines and stoves at Sears. I cut those pictures out, and I'd have these little houses with all my Sears people.
You're so creative.
I miss Sears. Sears was our store. That was our store. Christmas, everything we got was going to come from Sears. So yeah, we had a good time over there with Sears. Those were the days. And speaking of quilting, you remember the Sears catalog? My mom worked at Sears and Roebuck. Wow, what a great thing! You could probably get more than one catalog then, huh? You were that kid. More than one
fighting over the catalog.
Yeah, those were the good old days. But I was going to say something about my grandmother used to make quilts, and maybe y'all remember this. If you have the old quilt, I could look in the quilt and see the fabric. I say, okay, I have that dress. I have those shorts. You know how you're looking at the fabric in the quilt, and it's like, oh yeah. Oh, I had that dress last year for Easter. Now it's in the quilt. So yeah.
I remember my grandmother. She would crochet, and she would make all these, things out of felt, and My granddaughter looks at me crocheting. She's like, Grandma, that's so cliche. But I'm old and sitting there crocheting.
Oh, no, crocheting. You know what I like about you is that you're making sure that these crafts stay alive. We got to keep them alive because the next generations need to know crafting. We can't let the crafting die, you know. What is your hat? Is that a crochet?
It's crocheted. This is a Bag-O-Day. It's called a newsboy hat. Let me see.
That is crocheted?
Yeah.
That looks nice. That looks nice.
I love this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to wear a different hat every day. I'll either crochet it or loom knit it, you know. So
you have a shop somewhere, right?
No.
You don't have all the stuff you make? So what do you do with all the things that you make?
They're piled up over there. I started doing giveaways. And this giveaway, I'm giving away some yarn, and I'm also giving away one of my hooded scarves.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that's in the giveaway.
Do you have a shop? Do you want to do that, or you just?
I don't know if I can make things that quickly.
Yeah, that's
like I made this, and then I move on to the next thing. I'm like, oh, let's try to make that now. Now I want to try to make that. You know, so I'm always doing something different.
Yeah, that's the way to go. Yeah. So yeah, because if you have a shop, you got to keep it supplied. Yeah, with stuff.
Karen says rocking chair. I have a rocking chair. Yeah. Narita said she gave her. Narita, you did not give her.
Narita said she
I
gave
saw
her
your craft room last night.
What did you say just now?
Narita gave me a tour of her craft room last night. She did. She has not given all her stuff away. I guarantee.
Okay. All right. Now, Narita. No, so Narita is I know she does the diamond painting. Does she do the other crafts too?
Oh, Narita does loom knitting, crocheting. She loves to do scarves. Narita
that's right. I've seen some of her things. I've shared some of her things. Yes, she does.
It's scarves. She does the what do they call them? Yeah, they're just right.
Yeah, I've seen. Okay, you know what? My bad. I have seen some of her beautiful work that she does. She does incredible work as well. My goodness. Yes. Okay. Sorry, Narita. I got it. Mine's back now.
You put a scarf special order. I'm waiting for my stimulus check, and then I want to order one. Okay, Rose, you can order one. You just tell me what kind of yarn you want, and I'll do it.
Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet.
Shawls. That's what she makes. Shawls.
Okay, Narita. I'm sorry. My bad. I know I've seen your stuff. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm so fixed on the diamond painting. But yeah, I've seen some of your beautiful work. I've shared it on my channel. Yes.
Yes.
So you all are just a bunch of creative people.
The only thing I won't go down the rabbit hole of paper crafts. The what is that thing? Cricket?
The cricket.
No, I'm not going to do it. No.
Well, I did.
Oh no.
I did. That's I did. I did that. And that, in fact, I joined. I can't think of the name of the company now. It's the company where every month they send you a crafting kit. I can't think of the name, but wow, I just have so much stuff now. And then one time I started watching this show from London. It's from England. It's a crafting show. It comes on YouTube live in the mornings. And oh my God, I lost my head. I was just ordering everything.
Oh no.
I was like, oh, I want that. Oh, I want that. Oh, I got to try that.
Yeah.
And so I did. And I just lost my mind. I'm trying to get rid of stuff now. I got them. I got it all. I got the Explorer, the Cricket.
That's why I'm giving away yarn. It's because I've started ordering it, and then I get it and I realize, I don't really like that. Or because it's so new to me, or I'll order the wrong amount, so I'll give away the excess. Or
Yeah, it's hard to know what to get.
Wambu, use your Cricut to make leather soles for slippers. We need
Loom knit.
or crochet.
Oh,
You
that's
ever done slippers?
a
I know people can loom knit slippers.
I have seen the loom knit slippers, but that's an idea. Yeah, you could get leather bot. Okay, that's all right. I'm taking Cheryl.
Giving her an idea.
I'm scared of Cheryl.
Cheryl also wants you to take the lips fabric and make it into a diamond painting.
The which fabric?
The lips.
Oh, the lips.
You could make that into a diamond painting, like a custom diamond painting.
I know what you. I'm losing. Oh, here it is.
She's got everything out.
Lips and diamond painted.
That would be a cute diamond painting, just a small one, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Cheryl. Oh, Cheryl is on it.
She's your agent, remember?
Okay, that's my agent.
Oh my goodness.
So
let's see if there's another question.
Here's the Cricut to make leather.
We read that one. Okay.
Yeah, so that's a good idea. Create and Craft is an online website. Create and Craft. That's it, Marie. That's where
I have to go find it. I gotta find it now.
Create and Craft. And they even, I'll tell you one thing I got that I don't have the room to use it, but it was where you paint. What do they do with the t-shirts? They call it when they do the t-shirt with the screen painting.
Yes.
Screen.
I've seen that,
they have little small screen painting kits where you can screen paint your fabric or screen paint your t-shirt right in your home, but it's not with all that other stuff that you have, you know, the real screen painting with the things that float around the room and all this. Yeah. And so I have that. And it's so much fun. I just don't have any room to do all this stuff. But yeah, Create and Craft. That's the place that got all my money that one year.
I'm going to have to find that store. Then. Oh, dear.
Not the thing, but the things were really good that they sell. But
you just screen.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Boy, you have a smart group here.
Listen, we're all crafters.
A silk screen that you could do on a little table, and you could one of the things that you could do was do it on paper, so you could make cards by silk screening, and that was a lot of fun. But yeah, but their paper was really, really good. If you are into paper crafts, they have, to me, the best paper around for sale. So there. That's my
but she put up the link for your YouTube. Good.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Has anyone done crafts using beads on wire and safety pins? I have not, Linda. Don't get me started.
On wire? Right.
I'll go find it.
It sounds like, see, right. Don't get me started. See, I'm going to leave here and have to make a trip to Michael's. Yeah.
Ever do batik? What is batik?
Is that like what do you call the stuff, the fabric from the 60s? Tie-dye? It looks like tie-dye, right?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you would know. I don't know.
Sunshine, is that the thing that looks like tie-dye?
We'll have to ask her. Let's see. Oh, next stimulus check, Joanne gets a big chunk of money from me. We're putting the money back into the economy. Yes, we are.
I'm Mary 777. Now, Mary has a great collection of coloring books. I saw one of her recent videos where she was doing an unboxing, and she had a haul of some great coloring books too.
Oh, Mary, really?
Yeah, Mary 777.
Check that out. That's pretty cool.
Thanks for having me, and nice to meet you, Wambui. Bye, Robert. Thank you so much for being here. A pleasure.
Robert's one of my Canadian friends. Let's see. Cheryl has
bracelets on safety beads from my kids' camp. I still have bracelets on safety pin beads from my kids' camp.
Oh, Mickey says it is
Yeah.
like tie-dye, but
Yes.
not.
It's
Okay.
like the tie-dye, but not. Right. Okay. So it's kind of like tie-dye, but the I know, yeah, I used to love batik, but batik fabric. I used to love the batik fabric, but I don't have any here. Anyway, so yeah, here's one of those little, I don't even know why this is here, but this was a kit that I got from that Create and Craft, where you can make
Wow, really?
Christmas things.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out. That's cute.
But and so it has the layers in there like that. Anyway, so
Sarah says the process is different from tie-dye. Oh, okay.
yeah, okay. All right. So yes.
Oh,
Hi,
Robin,
Sarah.
thank you so much. It's so enjoyable. Oh, you're welcome, Robin. Not a problem.
Yeah.
So Mary says her YouTube channel is a mixture of stuff. Well, so
Yes.
ours.
Yeah, she does. She has a mixture of stuff, but I just happened to see it when she was unboxing. I saw the last one where she was unboxing the coloring books. Yeah.
I have one coloring book channel I watch, Shalene's Coloring Book Nook. And I put her on one day, and next thing you know, I had 3 coloring books coming in the mail. I'm like,
that's how it happens.
I'm like, oh, I gotta have that one. And they're all available on Amazon. You know, since
that's how it happens. Just takes
pandemic, all I do is order online now. Everything is ordered online, and it's so easy.
I know. I went to here in New York City. The only crafting store, general crafting store is Michael's, and we had 2. One closed, and so the other day I was in the Michael's, and I had to go to the bathroom.
Oh no!
And they didn't have a bathroom, so.
Oh no!
So anyway, it all worked out. The people were very friendly. They helped me. The problem was solved, but I realized I could just order online from a store. For some reason, the closest store to Shalene is
she bought $30 worth.
The closest store to me is in New Jersey, and so I ordered for same day delivery, and they just brought it right over. I'm thinking, oh, this is great. I never have to go to the store.
You never have to leave the house anymore, really.
I don't know if that's good for me. My kids get worried because I'm too happy not leaving.
My son wanted me to leave the house to go pick out a new cell phone. And I'm like, oh, really? I don't want to leave the house. Because buying a new cell phone is like buying a car. You're there all day.
Goodness, so many models. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. And I never understand the trade-ins. It seemed like I trade in, but I'm still paying the regular price. There is a batik pen that you apply the wax lines when you add your color inks.
That sounds way too complicated for me.
Oh, I see. So then you dye it, but where the wax is, it doesn't get dyed. And so that's how you get your batik.
There you go. Who knew?
On this channel, man, they know some stuff. They're holding out.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
It was such a pleasure to have you.
Thank you, all of you. You're all so kind and so talented and so creative. Keep the crafts alive. That's what we do.
This is taking forever to buy a phone. All right, guys. So that is the show for today. Thank you, Wambui.
My pleasure. Thank you so very much for inviting me.
Yeah, thank you for getting up early. And
to all of you, have the best day ever. And I'll see you around. See you around.
All right. Thank you guys, everybody, for coming. And I will see book club at 2 p.m. Don't forget, if you want to help us pick out the next book, 2 p.m. The Zoom link is in the Crafting Journey Facebook group. So yes, we have a book club, Wambui. So.
Well, you are very busy. I don't know. You're busy. But
All
that's
right. All right. Take care, guys. Love you all.
okay.
Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you so much.